deciding what we're going to plant here, the first step is to look at what we've already got. The beautiful Winter Creek that runs through this property has a whole lot of flooded gum that lines the edge. It loves boggy, wet feet. So this flooded gum is just budding up now. It's almost the first day of spring. And so this is going to provide a great early nectar flow at the start of the season for the bees. The other thing that we're really lucky to have is a lot of jarrah and red gum. The property borders a state forest, so there is hundreds of acres of jarrah and red gum that are going to be coming into flower soon as well. On the drive in here, some of the jarrah is already starting to come into flower. And so why plant more of the same when we've got hundreds of acres of that already on our doorstep? So that's the beauty of this property, is it's got all that state forest. But when the jarrah and the red gum's not flowering, what are the bees going to forage on? Because there's not a lot else here apart from the flooded gums. So that's strategically what we need to look at now, is what are we going to plant so that when the jarrah and the red gum finish flowering, what are the bees going to forage on? And we also need to consider what's going to go well with this soil type. It's quite heavy. In parts it's very loamy and clay. It's not really sandy soil, so we need to give some consideration to that. And also we've got some areas that are slightly low lying where the trees and plants are going to get wet feet. So the flooded gums certainly go well down here near the creek, but we've got some high areas as well. Some hill areas that are going to obviously dry out in the summertime. And so it'll be interesting to see and decide what we're going to plant where, and hopefully have them successfully grow and that they like where we put them. Anyway, it's going to be a work in progress. And I'm sure we're going to have a few failures along the way. I don't imagine that everything that we plant here is going to survive. Certainly until we get the feral pigs out the way, it's going to be a bit risky planting anything. We're just on the cusp of spring, and so we need to think strategically about what we plant now going into a dry, hot summer, which is what they're predicting. There's some low-lying areas that are still going to stay quite moist with this Winter Creek, where we've got an opportunity to plant some things, but certainly in these higher areas where there's a lot of open ground, we're most probably going to have to leave that until next winter, so that we've got seedlings that go into the ground and have an opportunity to get their roots down before the next summer hits. Anyway, what we need to do is sort of map this area, get an idea of what's low-lying, what's on the hills, and maybe get some advice as well as to what we need to plant where. And we'll do up a list of what we think are going to be the best plants to have a go and plant them here and see how they go.